I don't know. I thought it was from a show, but maybe not.
It sounds very show tune-y, or the way you were singing it was.
That's just me. I belong in the theater.
I dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. It's Saturday morning edition. We're all a little bit in our morning voices, at least a couple of us are, so.
Our sexy morning voices.
I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Good morning. Hannah, hello, Ben.
Good morning, everyone. Whoa.
Wow. Ben
I was speaking normally before.
Yeah. Welcome to the morning, Ben. I've reminded you, and now your voice remembers.
That's right.
Hello, and good morning.
Okay, so, yes, it's Saturday morning. It's hot. Been hot all week. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow. Erin's going to edit for us again today. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Erin.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have... Well, okay, we'll get into that. Let's find out what we're drinking. I'm first.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a cold brew iced coffee with oat milk that I mostly finished already. Nice. And then I got, for hydration, I got a raspberry lime spindy that I still haven't opened yet.
Beautiful. Room temp.
Room temp. Erin, what are you drinking?
I got a big old mug of hot coffee. Yum, yum, yum.
That's a pretty mug.
Show. Yeah, it's a nice mug. I make 16 ounces of coffee, and I really like these big mugs that hold them with a little bit of space on top. And I got ice water.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
With ice in it?
With ice in it. In this sippy cup.
Nice. Ben, what you got?
Water.
No ice.
No ice. No coffee.
You don't drink coffee, do you?
I don't.
You don't like it?
I do like it, actually.
He loves it.
I like how coffee tastes. I don't like how it makes me feel.
Okay.
How does it make you feel?
Very, twitchy and I wanted to say erratic. I guess that's kind of true.
Mm-hmm. Erotic.
Yeah, very erotic, very horny.
What coffee are you drinking?
No, it just makes I just don't like how it makes my brain feel like it's moving a mile a minute.
Yeah. I like that about coffee.
I don't. It feels abnormal.
Yeah.
And I've never really needed it to wake up in the morning, so I just don't drink it.
The line between caffeinated and anxious is thin.
Yeah.
It's barely perceptible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there. But, what was I going to say about erotic coffee? I feel like I wanted to ask. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll remember later.
Coffee is so weird, when you really think about it, because it's I think maybe we've talked about this before, but it's an incredibly addictive substance, caffeine, that we've all just decided as a society that we're just gonna accept as completely normal because we're all addicted to it. And so the people who are not are the weird ones.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
It's also bean juice.
Yeah, it's also weird because it's bean juice.
It's bean broth.
It's bean broth.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it as a drug that you can just have it in the middle of the day. I just love. I love that. I like
just
love
a little
going
mind-altering substance in the middle of your workday. Yeah.
One of my favorite little treats is to go get an afternoon latte. Just go get a little caffeine high. Man, I'm remembering now that I had a dream last night that in my dream, Molly had a headache and someone gave her 4 Excedrin. and she took them before I could intervene because Molly doesn't drink caffeine, and Excedrin has a fuck ton of caffeine in it. And I was like, "What did you do?" Never got to see how that played out. That was only a dream.
You should try it in real life.
Oh, you have a headache? Here too.
Wow, I don't think I knew that about Excedrin.
Yeah,
know if it has a
migraine
fuck ton,
pills
but-
have a lot in them.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like
I
caffeine.
think it helps it work more quickly or something. I don't know.
Because if I don't have caffeine, I get a headache, so I like it. You know?
I like it
like
because
it
of
for
withdrawal.
Yeah. I like the way it makes me not feel later in the day.
Excedrin caffeine content. Let's see. Does anyone care about this?
I'm
This
curious.
is an Excedrin podcast now.
Sponsored by caffeine. It's got 65 milligrams of caffeine, so that's actually not too much.
It's not like, isn't a coffee's like 100 milligrams or something?
I think so. How much?
That's pretty.
How much coffee?
So 4 Excedrin
95.
is a lot. It's like 2.5 cups of coffee.
Yeah. So the coffee I'm drinking now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm having,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
my 16 ounces, I'm having like 190 milligrams of caffeine.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Because I drink 16 ounces, you know.
Cold brew is like triple strength, and I usually overdo it a little bit. You're supposed to do like a third of the cup as cold brew, and then the rest of something else. But I usually do like a little less than half.
Why is cold brew more potent?
I don't know.
Because of the cold, probably.
We were talking about this before we started recording, but Ben and Erin both got haircuts this week, and y'all look great.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
And Erin got fresh blue, and it looks great. And she got
blew
5
myself.
compliments yesterday.
I have 5 compliments.
How many have
The
you
other
gotten
day.
today? Oh, okay.
Just the one, just yours. I haven't been in public today.
Okay. Well, keep us
It was a
posted.
big, it was a big hit. When I was out the other day.
The public
Alright.
loved it.
The public freaking loves this hair color. Well, I was telling the gang that I accidentally asked for the wrong color and I finished this story. I think last time I got velvet blue and I liked it a lot. And this time, for some reason, I was like, electric blue. And it's electric and it's turning heads. The public demands it.
So we have an email and we have a missed call also.
Oh, fun.
The missed call is from another country.
Well, we can't pick up the phone, so it's not a missed call. It's just a
not
message.
a missed call.
Google says it's a missed call, and I
What's the area code?
It's from a different country, so it's plus 55, 85.
That's what I was asking. The country. Sorry, I meant the country code.
You didn't ask that though.
You're right. That's what I was asking in my heart.
That's Brazil.
Oh,
Oh.
we know people in Brazil,
Yeah, we do.
but they didn't leave a message, so who knows? Anyway, there's also an email from Sam G, Podcoin Sam, and
What's up, Sam G?
What's up? And I guess I'll read it. I was gonna ask someone else too, but I have it right here in front of me. So
Well, that seems like you're the perfect one.
it does seem like it. It's called I Have an Obsession. Very exciting.
Oh, love it.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. So I fell down a bit of a rabbit hole this past week, and I'm hoping that sharing it with more people will get it out of my brain so I can fixate on something else. That does work sometimes. Sorry in advance if this is rambly and uninteresting. So it started when I stumbled across this song, We're Sure to Drown, Husk's Tale by Paranoid DJ. This song very clearly has a narrative to it, but I don't think much of it until I decide to check the artist's other music, and all of them also have character names attached to them. I'm already so into this.
Yeah, I was about to say, this sounds like Hannah's whole thing.
All right. I don't know if this ever happens to any of you, but my brain latched on hard to 2 of these songs and was just like, you are going to play this on repeat indefinitely. And after a few hours of listening to these songs, I was like, okay, I need to know what these songs are referencing and who these characters are. Yes, all of that happens to me. After some digging, I find They are from a cartoon, Hazbin Hotel. It's spelled Hazbin Hotel. Basic premise is hell has an overpopulation problem, and once a year, souls are purged. The princess of hell is upset by this needless loss and decides to set up a rehabilitation program to see if she can get some of the souls into heaven. Now, here's where I fall into the rabbit hole. You see, Hazbin Hotel has a single 30-minute pilot episode that was released like 2 years ago. They're working on a full show, but currently that one episode is all there is. 2 of the songs Paranoid DJ wrote are for characters that aren't even named in the pilot and only appear on screen for a few seconds. I find out the creator also made a spin-off series, Hell of a Boss, that takes place in the same universe. So I watch all of that. And the characters don't show up there either. I'm now digging through creator Q&As and fan videos, dissecting the universe. And my God, the amount of content that exists around a show that has so little content itself is genuinely impressive. So now I am way more invested in this show and the characters than I ever would have been had I just come across it normally. And now I have a big playlist of songs various artists have written about the show that I've been obsessively listening to because they're all really good and they will not get out of my head. Though I do have to thank Hannah for recommending Muna because while it has not fully broken my hyperfixation, a few of those songs have made it into the rotation. Mainly What I Want. Ugh, what a banger. Love that song.
Yeah.
It's really become a true obsession for me. Like, I've already watched the pilot 3 times, and that's really saying a lot considering I'm the kind of person that basically never rewatches content. I do worry that my brain has severely overhyped it at this point, and I will probably have to wait at least another year before the full show comes out. Though Hell of a Boss season 2 starts on the 30th, which I have to look forward to. Anyway, if you want to check any of it out, it's all on YouTube on Vizzy Pop's channel. I will say, it's a lot of inappropriate humor that's definitely not to everyone's taste, so as much as I enjoyed it, I make no promises you will feel the same. From Sam.
Wow.
That's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. What?
Oh, the creator also has a webcomic. Did she mention that?
No. I don't
Called
think so.
Zoophobia?
No, she did not mention that. Oh,
That's
I feel like I know
since
this animation.
2012?
Who?
Hazbin Hotel is an adult animated musical show that was created as a web comedy series that's being adapted into a show. Was that mentioned that maybe there's a piece before? There must be. That, you know what I mean?
No.
It's based on what?
Like, it says here in this article from Distractify that it's based on... Okay. Hazbin Hotel is an adult animated musical show that was created as a web comedy series, and it's being adapted into a TV series.
Oh. Okay, so maybe like a web comic we're thinking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Or web...
Why is
Dirty.
this on Wikipedia?
Dirty Healings.
Oh wait, other
Here, I'll
media
pop
web
this
comics.
into-
Yeah, I see.
So, are these characters in the web comics?
Maybe they're in the
Did
web
Sam
comics.
mention that?
Seems like
Sam
the
did
web
not-
comic is limited.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she mentioned the webcomic. So, Sam, if you don't know about the webcomic, look for that. I don't actually know what it's called though. Maybe Dirty Healings,
It was
or
a hit on YouTube.
it's. I mean, surely she's found it by now, even if she hadn't.
Sure, right.
But
Right,
yeah, maybe
right.
there's like some web content before the show that has more stuff about it, but that's really interesting. I love the way this show looks, and I will definitely watch it. Its first season was produced by its first season. The pilot released 2019 by August 2020. I mean, it does seem like the fan base kind of rose up around the pilot because it's had like over 84 million views on YouTube.
Interesting.
And already a spin-off show. That's so interesting. If you have the ability to share your playlist, if you've made a playlist of these songs about the characters, please also do that, Sam. That would be great. This is totally my shit. Glad to hear that I've influenced at least 2 people to listen to Muna this week because I know that Erin also did.
Yeah, I freaking love that album. Been listening to it nonstop. I'm not bringing it as an obsession because you've already talked about it at length on the podcast, but it would be if not. Yeah. And I would also like to shout out, not a dig at all because we talked about it, but I think my favorite song in the album, one of my favorites, is Handle Me. I think it's incredible. But I think every song on the album is incredible. So I also really, really love Home by Now. I think it has an incredible bridge.
Yeah.
As well. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. I really
And
love that
lyrically, the album is fantastic. I fucking love it.
one.
So.
And we came up with a good way to describe Solid, because I was struggling so much last week. Yeah. It's a butch anthem. Easy peasy. So simple.
Yeah. That's right. And by we came up with that, she means that I was like, oh, it's a great butch anthem.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a
team
collaborative effort. Yeah.
It sounds like it's really a lot of work by both of you.
But I think another thing I like about every song on that album, but especially those two songs, Silk Chiffon and Solid, is that like Silk. Yes, like one is like a little bit more of a femme anthem and was a little bit more of a butch anthem, but they also both describe lots of completely non-physical attributes about people that are very much to be loved and that apply to any range of sort of gender presentations, which I love.
That's right.
So, okay, cool. Thank you for the email, Sam. Very excited to follow you down this rabbit hole. It seems fascinating.
Very interesting.
And everything you described with songs does happen to me. I listen to the same song like 5 times, 20 times, however many I need to.
30 times, 50 times, a million times.
Whatever it takes. Cool. Any other upfronts?
Fuck no.
Moon album.
Whoever called us from Brazil, leave a message next time, please.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
No.
Okay. Well then, I guess we'll pop into me then.
Well, pop right in there, Hannah.
All right.
Welcome to me now.
Okay. My obsession is, it's more of an anticipation. I haven't actually played it yet, but
I know what it is.
A video game, and it's called Stray.
Also very excited to play this game.
What is it? What?
Stray is a video game where you play as a stray cat, an orange stray cat, to make things even more me-shaped. It's mainly for the PS5, but it also came out on PC, which I think people weren't expecting, but it did. And
it's unusual for it to come out on only those two and not Xbox. Like it's usually either like only PlayStation or only Xbox or all of them.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because people kept on referring to it as a PS5 exclusive for the longest time, so I wasn't sure when I was ever going to play it. So when I found out it was also on Steam, I was like, fuck yes. So I put it out there because also this week was my birthday, so I put it out there that
oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks. That I would love to get this as a gift on Steam. And Lucas, our brother, called me last night and he was like, hey, did you get that game yet? And so he's going to send it to me. So I don't have it yet, but I am excited to receive it. And I've been watching people play it. I've only been watching like the first like hour or two because I don't want the entire thing spoiled for me, but it's so cool. It's so beautiful. It's really fun to watch people stream it because it's very, so you're a stray cat in a post-apocalyptic sort of city. There are no humans. There are only like robots that you're interacting with, that are like various degrees of humanoid. And then there's like kind of dangerous little sort of insecty things that try to kill you and also the robots. And you actually did have a family and lived outside the wall. And then you like, by accidental happenstance fell inside of the wall where the city is, and so you're trying to find your way out, and you're like getting help from the locals who know various things about like ways you might be able to get out or whatever, but it's complicated. It's so cute. The art style is beautiful, and also they have built in like a million just like normal cat behaviors that you just can do. Like anytime you come across a carpet, you can scratch it for as long as you want. There's like stuff to knock over everywhere. Like some things you can actually press a button and it'll like swipe them off of the like. But other things you can, if you just feel like it, you can just walk into them and they'll fall over.
Are there little boxes to crawl inside?
I haven't seen any, but also there are lots of like napping spots. So you'll like climb, like you'll like be like, you think you found a secret spot where there's something's gonna be, and then like you press the interact button and you just like lay down and start purring, and it's very cute. Apparently, they used actual cats to map like the movements and stuff, and it looks very authentic. And so it's really, really fun to watch cat people play it. It's also really fun to watch non-cat people play it. Like the first time that Julian Solomita's been playing it, and I watched, as I said, just the beginning of it, but as he's like finding all these behaviors, he's never had a cat, and he's like, why is it, he kept asking why over and over again, like the carpet scratching thing or like the knocking things off of high places or whatever. He's like, why am I doing this? Like, is this really how cats act? And people in his chat had to be like, yes. Yes, this is how cats behave.
Isn't there a dedicated meow button also?
Yes, absolutely there is.
Love that. Love that.
Which he was just mashing all the time.
Of course.
So I'm really, really excited to play it. I think the plot looks really interesting.
Great. Will you stream it?
Maybe. I'll think about it.
You could do a private family Discord stream.
Yeah, that might be a better option. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not going to matter. Like, everyone is playing this on Twitch right now, so people are not going to, like, find me with my, like, one viewer down on page 25.
Mm-hmm. 25? That's high.
So, I don't have a ton more to say about it because I haven't actually played it yet, but I definitely will report back when I do, and I am very excited about it.
Cool.
It came out this week. I think it came out on, like, the 19th, if I'm remembering correctly.
And your birthday was just on the 21st. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. I got really high and I played Minecraft.
Fun.
Perfect. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Great birthday. What were you going to say, Ben?
I'm also very excited to play it. I have a lot of homework this week. But then by, like, basically up until the wedding, I'm going to be really busy with stuff. Till Dom's wedding. And then after that, when we get home, it's Stray City, baby.
Oh, woo. Speaking of after Dom's wedding, there's also a new season of Dimension 20 starting, and it's all like fairy based. And as someone who just got 2 fairy tattoos, I'm very excited about it.
Frick yeah.
Abria Iyengar is the DM, and Brendan Lee Mulligan is playing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so loving that.
Flip.
All right, cool. Let's pop into Erin then.
What's up?
What's up, Erin?
You know, My Obsession is something that is a show that I've really enjoyed in the past, and a new season has come out on Netflix. And I'm surprised I haven't talked about it on Pod. I looked in the topic index, and I also searched on the episode list, but I don't see it. So tell me if I've talked about this before. I'm not going to change my obsession if I have, but it's a show called Alone. Have we talked about this before?
No. Is it a reality show? Mm-hmm. I've seen previews for it.
Someone I work with was telling me about this, about how much he likes this show.
This is a show Molly and I really like, and we've watched it together a bunch over the years as new seasons have come out, and a new one has come out on Netflix, and it's really good. So I would say the show definitely isn't for everyone, because it's kind of intense, but the premise is that they start out with 10 contestants, and each season they drop them in a different undesirable wild location, and these are like bushcrafters, survivalists, nature people. Like, these are people who like love to like live outside and use their survival skills, and they are competing for $500,000, and they get dropped off at separate locations, and they're completely alone. It's just them and a ton of camera gear that they have to manage, and they have to survive. They have to, like, the person who wins is the person who doesn't tap out last. So that could be, that could be 30 days, or that could be 100+ days.
Oh, wow, they don't have a time limit?
I don't think so.
Damn.
No, it's like literally like the last person standing. Not that any of them die, they don't. They get regular health checks, and they can tap out at every time. They have emergency gear and stuff like that.
They can tap out.
But it's really interesting. Time? Huh?
Nothing.
Huh?
So stupid. I thought you said they can tap out at every time.
They can tap out at every time.
Wait, so were you playfully making fun of a way that you thought Erin misspoke, but you actually just misheard her?
I don't know which is true, but it definitely wasn't worth saying. That's all I know.
The recording will tell all. They can. I probably mumbled. It's probably a collaboration effort. So it's a really interesting show. It's interesting in a lot of ways. It's very suspenseful, and it's interesting. Like the types of people who like this show tend to be really interesting and have super cool skills and a lot of interesting knowledge. And it's very suspenseful in a way that they're like alone on an island. So when they're doing things like collecting rocks on a slippery hill or something, there's like a lot of suspense of like what's going to happen, and the music and the editing is really, really cultivates that suspense for you. But it gets to the point where they're like, you know, they're there for like, right now we're it's been a month, and you know, these people like are losing tons of weight because when you're out there, they're right now in this season they're in British Columbia, where there's also like a fuck ton of grizzly bears. So that's like this is probably like every season they're like the most dangerous season yet. But this one I think truly is, because there's just like everybody's seeing a ton of grizzly bears. And, but it's to the point where like, they're not, you know, they're in a starvation situation because they're foraging for food and they're trying to catch, you know, fish or deer or grouse or things like that. But it's not happening a lot, and this is how it goes with all seasons. And so you get to the point where you're like so emotionally invested in them catching a fish, and they'll catch like a tiny fish, and you're just like overjoyed. But it's just I love it. I love that show. Molly and I love to watch it together. It's also funny because we watch it before bed, which is like not necessarily like the most soothing show, because I'm like so tense, right? I'm just like every muscle in my body is clenching at some of these scenes because I'm like so tense, and Molly will like fall asleep. I was like, how have you been sleeping? It's just like so suspenseful, but apparently it's quite soothing for her as well. So check it out. It's on Netflix. It's not a Netflix original, I don't think, at least not initially, but I think most or all seasons are on there. There's one bad season where they did it in like pairs, and I think they realized that was bad and no one liked it.
It's called Alone.
It's called
Alone Together.
Did I not say that?
No, but I'm saying that
you're
they
right.
Put people in pairs when it's
I'm
called
so sorry.
Alone.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, let me see
Fucked up. That would have been so
up.
weird if that was the way I said that, if I was saying that you didn't say the title.
It sounds so familiar.
It's called Alone, Erin.
I think I've seen...
Oh, maybe there's just the one season on Netflix.
I've either seen it or I've seen something very similar, but I definitely remember the one that I watched had like 100-day limit. It was like people wanted to get to 100 days. So I don't know if it was the same show. But similar concept.
No, this one, there's no time limit.
My
so there appears to be only one season on Netflix.
My coworker who was telling me about this show said that one of his favorite people in it was like apparently this guy who was like an amazing survivalist and like could have lived out there forever. Like he made himself like an amazing shelter and everything. But then at a certain point he was just like, I miss my wife, and tapped out so he could go home.
A lot of people do that because you're just completely alone.
Yeah.
Day and night with your thoughts for so long, and you're starving, and you're watching out for grizzly bears, and I mean,
it's you're really not completely alone. You have the grizzly bears.
You have the grizzly bears.
Yeah, it doesn't really
and
make sense if you have to watch out for the grizzly bears if you're alone, because then there won't be grizzly bears if you're alone. So I'm kind of questioning the whole premise of the show at this point.
Yeah, and they do come out for health checks because some people have gotten sent home because they've lost too much body fat and they were forcibly sent home, or obviously an assortment of health conditions.
But they're otherwise filming themselves, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They have they get dropped off with like a ton of camera equipment, and they have to. I think they get feedback on. I think they're constantly reviewing the footage, and so they'll get feedback of like, do this more. Update: you can watch 8 seasons, all 8 seasons on Hulu. Hulu, and it's a history. It seems to be a History Channel operation.
Oh, Ancient Alien style.
Mm-hmm.
History Channel just is not interested in doing history content anymore. That's not what they're about.
So true.
It'll be history someday.
Yeah. I think it's really fascinating. Whichever one I watched, I remember being really, really intrigued by sort of watching why they make the decisions that they make, whether they turn out to be good decisions or not. Like the way that you have to prioritize finding fatty things to eat is really interesting.
That's so cool, and they'll build some really cool things or problem solve in really interesting ways. It's just neat, and it's also fun to watch from a position of like, I would never ever do that.
Yeah.
But you're at the same time you're like, I wanted to have done that. You know?
I know. You're like watching them eat bone marrow and stuff, and I'm like, I could never do that. And then they
Oh, I love bone marrow. I legitimately.
yeah, you're right. That's a bad example. I can't, anything that has to do with other animals' bones, I can't deal with.
It's not that. It's more like decisions they'll make. Like some people, you can bring like 10 items out of a pool of. You can go online and see what those 10 items are.
My Switch.
And some people, every once in a while, Nintendo Switch, solar charger for the Nintendo Switch. Oh, cool! I'm looking at a snake crawling on a tree. That's really sweet.
Wow.
Unrelated.
It'd be funny if you just like were watching a YouTube video of a snake. You're like, oh wow, really cool! I'm watching this snake video.
But some people don't. Some people don't bring a fire starter as one of their items because they like want to save that for other things, and they're like, and I'm really good at doing it the old-fashioned way, and they never are. They're not. None of them are. And so you always judge those people. You're like, you're in British Columbia. Updated to skink, but it's still really cool.
Wow.
I switched YouTube videos. But you know, you can't judge them because you're not. I want to last a hot second.
Yeah,
skinks?
not without my
Awareness.
Switch.
Are skinks lizards?
Yeah.
Or are they like
think so.
salamanders?
Is a salamander
I think they're
not
lizards.
a lizard?
No, because a
think so.
salamander's an amphibian.
Oh.
I think a lizard's a skink.
Yeah, skinks are lizards. Well, now can lizards span families like that? No. They're okay. Salamanders are a group of amphibians typically characterized by their lizard-like appearance,
Lizard-like.
but they're not lizards. Anyway,
Love that.
Is that your obsession,
Love that
Ben?
learning moment.
yeah, my obsession is salamanders.
Wow.
Salamanders are so cool. Do you
I
know
love
that North
salamanders.
Carolina is home to the most diverse breadth of salamander species in the
Really?
world?
Oh.
That's cool.
Didn't
I'm gonna fact check.
I
myself
did. I
on that.
was very obsessed with salamanders as a kid. I really liked finding
cool.
them, and yeah, they were very cool. We had a lot around us
North
too, the bogs and
Carolina.
stuff.
Anyway, I had like a work emergency on my birthday, like the morning of my birthday, and I feel like that's not
no.
allowed. And so I'm gonna sue someone.
Wow. Yeah, check this out. The southeastern United States have the largest diversity of salamander species in the world. North Carolina is home to approximately 56 species of salamanders,
Wow.
many of which are located only in specific isolated habitats. How about
Wow. That's cool.
that? Yeah. Okay. Ben, what's your obsession besides salamanders? Obviously and understandably.
Great one, Erin, by the way.
Thanks.
My obsession's kind of a two-parter. Well, it's more like
Twofer.
I have a thing I've been doing lately, and then my obsession is related to that.
Cool.
So the thing I've been doing lately is I've started biking to work
Oh.
Fun.
because I got a bike. I got a used bike. My brother Lucas, the bike expert, helped me pick one out and brought it to REI. Got it tuned up and everything. It's a 1986 Japanese bike. It's very cool.
What's the brand?
Shogun.
Cool. Wow.
And Lucas has been
Awesome.
like going on a deep dive on trying to learn all about this company, and he's convinced that it's like top-notch stuff. So I'm what? That's not what I expected. I really thought I was just gonna see a cat, and I saw a foot.
He was trying to slide by undetected.
Yeah, for the
Got him.
listener, Hannah angled her camera and we all expected to see a cat, and then we just saw Ian kind of scooting into frame slowly, feet first.
And then with a cat.
Yeah,
with the cat. And off he scoots.
Sorry.
But so I have been biking to work a lot, which I have really enjoying.
Is it safe?
It's a secret.
I mean, as safe as biking ever is. There are a lot of bike lanes. The route that I take has bike lanes almost the entire way.
wear a nice little
Boston's
helmet?
been a lot better bike lanes lately. Yes, although I just realized yesterday that I left my helmet at work because on Thursday Kylie picked me up from work on the way from Doc's Swim because it was like 95 degrees out. And so I didn't want to bike home. Well, she didn't want me to bike home because she thought I would die. And she was probably right. Although I did bike home the other 3 days that I went to work that week, which all were in the 90s.
Yeah, what a week to
yeah.
start biking to work.
Yeah, it rained on Tuesday and was really hot the other 2 days. And actually it was hot and rainy on Tuesday. But honestly, like...
That's probably not the worst.
I still enjoyed it. Like, I still enjoyed biking each way. Like, especially the ride.
Hell yeah.
I've discovered that my ride to work is mostly slightly downhill and my ride back is mostly slightly uphill, which I think is how I would like to have it because it makes my morning ride very pleasant and just, like, kind of light and breezy. And then the ride home is, like, a challenge, but then I'm home afterwards. So, like, it's fine, you know? Whereas, like, if I had to go, like, uphill to work, it'd be like, oh, I'm so tired. I just biked a bunch uphill and now I have to work for 8 hours.
And you might be less inclined to choose it in the morning.
Exactly.
Like a little
Exactly.
cruise.
Yeah. Whereas nice. It's a nice, refreshing bike ride way to work. Anyway, I wanted a way to still be able to listen to podcasts and stuff on my commute, because that's where I listen to most of my podcasts is commuting. But it's not really safe to wear headphones while biking because you want to be able to hear your surroundings and like hear cars around you and stuff. So I got new headphones that do make it safe because they're what's called bone conduction headphones.
Ooh.
Are you familiar with these?
Oh, no.
I've only ever heard of them.
They're very cool. So they have this little... Actually, if you want to look up this brand, they're called Shokz Open Run, SHOKZ. They have this little thing that kind of looks like an earbud, but it sits right in front of your ear, and it transmits sound not as a little speaker. Well, it kind of is still a speaker because it's still a little thing that's vibrating, but it's designed to work through a method called bone conduction, which is another way that we hear, and actually a lot of animals hear, which is basically like... Because, you know, normally we hear by pressure waves coming into our ear, vibrating our eardrum, and then that, like... vibrates little bones in our inner ear that then send those signals to the brain. You can also, like, by vibrating sort of the area on your temple or like right next to your ear, you can kind of send those vibrations just sort of directly into that part of the ear. And it sounds no different. Like it
Really?
It sounds like you were just like listening to headphones. They're generally a little quieter just because like your ear is still fully open. And so you can hear everything else in the room also, but like that's the point. So they're often like, especially while I'm biking when it's like windy and there are cars around, it's more like having background audio than like very upfront. But like, again, that is exactly the point of them. And honestly, like I wear them at home when I'm like doing the dishes sometimes and other stuff because I have big, nice noise canceling headphones also that like are great when you want to like really focus whatever you're listening to. But like if you're doing, I don't know, like doing like house chores and stuff, and I want to like be able to hear if Como starts being an asshole to Hazel, or I like want to hear if Kylie wants to talk to me. It's very easy with these because you can just like always hear everything.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're also like they're designed for like physical activity, so they're very sweat resistant. And yeah, I'm just such a huge fan of them and think they're so cool. And they also reminded me that I learned about a thing this past year, unrelated to humans, but elephants actually do a lot of communication via bone conduction, specifically through their feet. Because I think they're called herds. I forget what like a group of elephants is called. They will often like be very far apart geographically as they're looking for like water and food. And they can communicate by making these really low rumblings that they actually like they kind of rumble their whole body, and it vibrates the ground, and then these waves like propagate through the ground, and then other elephants can like pick it up through their feet. Isn't that crazy?
That's so
crazy.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so neat.
Who runs the world? Elephants.
But anyway, so that's what I think of when I think of bone conduction. But yeah, they're just very cool. I'm
Are
they
they
so
like
happy.
better for you than on-ear headphones?
I mean,
headphones?
oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is that I have, for my whole life, never been able to find an earbud that stays in my ear, especially my right ear specifically. Always falls out of my right ear. Every single earbud I've ever had. And so like a lot of people wear like AirPods while exercising, which is technically not safe for biking anyway, because even with like the like pass-through mode or whatever where you can still hear the outside, it's not as good as your ear being entirely open. Like you can still easily miss things that you should be hearing. But I've even like that wasn't ever really an option for me. So I've always only had over-ear headphones. And it's nice to have non-over-ear headphones, because wearing over-ear headphones for a really long time can sometimes hurt my head, because it's kind of like squishing your glasses into the side of your head, you know?
Yeah.
But these don't really fuck with my glasses, even though
they
they
tickle?
go in the ear. Sometimes like if I have to like turn them up really loud because the ambient noise is loud and I actually want to hear what's going on, you can sometimes feel that it's like tapping into your on your face. But when it's not turned up super loud, you don't notice that it's like vibrating into your face. It just kind of sounds and feels like normal.
Now, Ben, if you
ears.
did turn them up too high, would that shake your skull apart?
Great
Yes.
question, Hannah.
Okay.
Which ones did you get? Did you get the cheaper ones, or did you get...
I got the cheaper one. Well, there's like, there are like 3 tiers or something?
Yeah, because you can use these for swimming.
I didn't get those.
Yeah.
I got the ones that are just called Shokz Open Run.
You can
Cool.
use them for swimming?
Yeah. I think this
they're
technology is...
They're IP67 rated? That's crazy.
They have an open swim version. But like this, I know that there are headphones you can wear when you're swimming, and I assume that this is the kind, because there's no...
Yeah, I
That's so cool.
don't know what the difference is between Open Run and Open Run Pro, other than that Open Run Pro is $50 more. Oh, I guess it has enhanced bass, so it's probably if you care more about the audio itself.
But you didn't get the Open Move. Well, do you know what the difference
No.
between the Open Move and the Open Run is? Because the Open Move is $80.
I don't. Open Move.
Oh, yeah, there's an open swim, too.
It's... I don't know. It seems like it's less targeted at specifically like sports/athletic stuff.
They have a mini too. Interesting.
The swim one has MP3 storage in it. Or do they all
Oh,
have
that's
that?
interesting. I don't think so.
No.
What was I gonna say?
Cool.
Is this like the good brand for these headphones, Ben, or is this just like the one you got? Like, would you recommend these specifically?
I like them. I mean, I think it's the one I got because it was the one available at REI, which means I get that 10% membership money back at the end of the fiscal year. And then also REI has an incredible return policy, so if I didn't like them, I could return them.
Something else I'm kind of thinking about with these is that, like, I never wear 2 headphones at once because I don't like not being aware of my surroundings. So, plus, they get so dirty eventually with your ears because your ears are gross inside. So, like, this could be just, like, a nice change.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Have you listened to music, Kenna?
Yeah.
And is that good?
It's good. I mean, like, the audio quality is never going to be as good as regular headphones or over-ear headphones.
point.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if you're looking for, like, top audio quality, this is not the way to go, but it's just, like, all the other sort of features that it comes with, you know?
How long is your bike ride?
About 20 minutes.
Okay. How many miles?
3, I think.
Okay. That's nice. That's a nice bike ride.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Well,
Let me see.
fun.
Let me check. Let me not lie to you. Oh, wait, actually, I think it's longer than 3. It is... Oh, no, it's 3.2.
So that is longer than 3.
Yeah, I guess.
So you did lie.
Yeah, I did. I am a liar.
Wow. That's so neat. The bones. The ear bones.
Bones.
Your bones can do more than you ever imagined.
Bones.
You know what it reminds me of is those lollipops that you would bite on and they would play music.
What?
You know those? They had them at like Blockbuster and
What?
stuff.
Wait, what?
What? Y'all don't know about those? They had these lollipops. I forget what they're called, but they played music when you put them in your mouth.
What?
Lolly. They have a fun name. I can't believe I'm not.
Sound bites?
Pop. Yeah, sound bites.
Here's a commercial for 'em. Hold on. Oh my god, hold on. Ben, get ready.
Wow.
I wonder if that is the same technology.
Probably.
It was about that level of sound quality, though, from what I recall.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh. Shout out to our sister-in-law, Federica, who can't hear the difference between Brendan and Brandon. Except she said she did hear it when Ben said it, so.
Oh, really? Ben, you say it.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brendan, Brandon. I understand not being able to say it. She's not, English is not her first language. She's from Italy. But, like, I'm telling the listener that. I know you guys know. But the fact that she couldn't hear the difference when we were talking about it on Marco Polo was really fascinating to me. Except for Ben. She could hear it from Ben.
That's also, growing up speaking a different languages, your ear doesn't get attuned to the nuances. Like, there's a ton that we can't hear.
Yeah.
In other languages.
For sure. I went to school with a girl named Carrie, and if you called her Carrie, she got mad. And I still
come on.
really struggle to tell the difference. And when she would say it, I could barely tell.
Those aren't different sounds for me.
Yeah, I know.
Like, even Erin's name, like, I think the correct way to say your name is, like, Erin.
Erin, yeah.
But I say it the same as double Aaron.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate it when people call me double Aaron. That happens sometimes on accident. If I give my name at a counter or something, I always spell it.
Oh, they spell it Aaron?
If I don't spell it, that'll often happen. And sometimes somebody was like, "Hey, Aaron," and then looked at me and was like, "Oh,
no,
that's never happening again. It's never happened because I always spell my name Erin, because Erin is not
Erin.
Erin.
Do you, like, when you introduce yourself, do you, like, enunciate that syllable as, like, eh?
No, because I don't pronounce it that way.
How do you pronounce it, Erin?
Erin.
Okay, cool. That makes me feel validated in also pronouncing your name like that.
Yeah, I don't do the eh.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. I don't have time.
Honestly.
I don't have...
To differentiate these two syllables that are so similar...
My mouth is worn out from my sound bites Lollipops that I don't have time.
And that sound makes me feel like I'm vomiting. Really?
It's exactly right. It's a wretched sound, literally.
So let me say Carrie.
Carrie. That's how she wanted it.
Awful.
Where's she from?
From here. From Massachusetts.
Yes. See, that's not fine.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, no. Get over yourself, honestly.
I knew.
I want to just quickly note that I let Henry in. I got up and let Henry in because Molly left, and I knew that he'd be so sadly lying outside the door. And I was like, what havoc could he get into in this? We're just wrapping up the podcast. Well, immediately he came over, and he did that thing that animals do where there's like a cord hanging off the table, and he threads his head through it and then tries to walk straight away into my microphone cord.
Wow.
caused a scene immediately. Immediately, like, stepped into the room and caused an immediate scene.
Wow. Incredible work.
But now he's lying like a sweet angel.
Aww.
Wow, what a good boy.
Well, let's do homework, and then you can go spend some
'Kay.
quality time with Henry.
QT with the QT.
Yeah. My homework is get Stray on PS5 or on Steam, or watch someone play it. It's fun. I'm assuming.
Maybe watch your cousin play it.
Maybe if I stream it, you could watch me play it, or your own cousin if you're not my cousin. So, yeah, check it out.
Get your own cousin!
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Anthropology. I'm on TikTok at Hannah and her Cats. I don't think I've posted any new TikToks this week, but I forgot to mention we do have monarch caterpillars again, and they're eating and they're growing
Hooray.
nicely. So very happy.
They're
They should
endangered
pick
now.
Safari
Rip.
looking good.
They're endangered.
Yeah, rip. You're doing your part.
Every other day, there's a morning or an evening when I go out and I can't see any of them. Like this morning, actually, I went out and I couldn't see any of them, and I panic that something ate them. But then the next time I go out, there's at least 3 visible, and I think there's
Great.
at least 5 out there. But there's probably more because you know how they get around.
So is it that they reproduce here and then they all fly to Mexico instinctually? Is that the thing they do?
I'll send you a video about it. There's actually like many generations, like in so they migrate from Mexico up to like about farther north than us, but not incredibly farther north, and then they migrate back. But it's like there's many generations in both directions, so they'll just like.
That's so cool because it's entirely instinctual that they like know to keep going to a place they've never been before.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then the other thing is
so they like stop along the way wherever there's milkweed and then like have another generation and go again. Wow, that's fucking cool. I didn't know that.
And then also at some point when it hits a particular time of year, there's a generation that is born they're called like the super generation or something, and basically like they, wherever they are, head straight to Mexico, and they don't age while they're traveling. They just like, they don't age until they get there. And then once they get there, they start aging again, and like they mate or whatever. Yeah.
What?
Monarchs are crazy.
They just pause their aging?
Yeah, they're just like, they're also bigger than other generations. Like they are born bigger.
That's so fucking cool.
They last a lot longer. Yeah, it's really wild. It's so cool. I'll put a video in.
Wow.
There. I'll send you guys a link, and Erin, if you remember, you
they're
can put
even
it in the
cooler than I thought.
It's really cool.
Okay.
So plant milkweed, everybody, because they are extinct. They are endangered now. And they need it everywhere because they have many generations like across the whole country. So
plant some. Although our caterpillars have all been getting eaten by our bird population, so I'd be hesitant to do that at this time. But
milkweed,
at least in my backyard.
I mean, part of the reason that they use milkweed is because milkweed makes them taste really bad / make the birds like sick. Ian reminded me of this the other day, so it doesn't mean that none of them will try, but it's helpful.
Yeah.
So
cool. Okay. Well, neat.
Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is to catch the show Alone. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can watch all 8 seasons on Hulu. But if you have Netflix only, you can watch the most recent season, and you don't necessarily have to. I don't think there's any like previous season spoilers, so I think you just hop right in whatever you want. And that's it. Check it out and listen to the Muna album because it's so rad. Great rec, Hannah. I suck that rec.
Thank you. Ben, what's your homework, brother?
My homework is to start biking and get open ear bone conduction headphones, baby.
Rattle your bones.
Shokz after what the fuck? Open run after run. That's stupid. Open run are great. That's it.
Okay. If you want to call us, leave us a message or text us.
Leave us a missed call.
You can do that at our phone number 774-326-0420.
Please
call us back from
Blaze it, don't dial Blaze it.
Blaze it. Please call us back from Brazil and leave a message. Thank you. You can find us on Twitter at WayTooBroadPod. You can find us on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us like Sam did this week. Thank you, Sam, at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that, you can find all of our like contact information, episode details, and all that at our website, topic index, WayTooBroad.com or WayTooBod.com or nameyourselfjam.com or nameyourselfjameegan.com for anything you want. earnben.com for anything you need. maxfun.org for we should check that again. It's probably still
I already did.
Okay, great.
Still good.
Wonderful.
Checked it last week. Still keep talking
checking
about
right now.
baby.
Checking right now in case it went down.
Checking it this week.
Good. We're good.
Can everyone go check
We're
it?
good.
First?
Still keep talking about.
No guarantees for Sunday though.
We don't own that site. That's one of the
It's
only
touch and
websites
go
that's
at
just
this
That's the
listed.
only website we don't own on this list.
The copyright on the bottom is
Yeah.
only till 2020, so someone hasn't updated this in a while.
Remember to go check out Friends of the Chaos on Bandcamp, friendsofthechaos.bandcamp.com. You can download our theme song there and a bunch of other great music. And that's it. So thanks for listening. Have a great week.
you.
Everybody stay cool. We love you. And the
We love
podcast candle is now extinguished.
Fine lines, find a fine time, shine a little vice, and send down, ding down,
Ben,
the